Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra coming to you with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. We're taking center stage on the Own It publishing platform today with yet another amazing contributor to our magazine. She has been here since, I want to say since the beginning. Let me go ahead and bring this sister on in. What's going on, Miss Moshay? How are you doing, sis?
I am so good, and I am so excited to be back. I missed you. We've been touching here and there, but I'm so glad to be back.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you. And everyone, I tell you, me and this woman, we have grown through the years. We have been in so many different rooms together, and we have spoken just life out there and really created our best lives in just how we speak and just how we do things. So Moshay is the CEO and founder of Mother of Earth Healing Shea Butter, and it is absolutely amazing. I want you to go ahead and just share a little bit, Moshay, about just your journey with creating Mother of Earth and what Mother of Earth is.
Of course, absolutely. Well, first of all, me and Tiff go way back, like she said, to the beginning, and it was during that time that I was figuring out the next. Mother of Earth is actually just, it was a rebirth for me, and how the shea butter came about was through a piece of my story, and it was created out of necessity for both mental, spiritual, and physical rejuvenation. Being diagnosed with the lupus, and some of you guys may have known from when I was on with Tiff before my story, so I'll just tell a little bit. And I needed something that worked for me that wasn't prescription, that wasn't medical, wasn't chemical. I wanted to do it right. So after a journey, I went through it, and I matched up the oils, the herbs, the way of life, how I should eat, what I should do, how to exercise, my mindset. And I literally put it in a jar.
Wow.
And it just grew from Tupperware containers, which with no labels, with no brand, to Mother of Earth distribution. And that's just one of some upcoming, because Tiffany and her son have been my beta on some of my scents, and they love them all. More to come. But right now it's the healing blend, because that's the part of my story that I was coming out of at the time. I was healing both inside and out. And I've been in great health, been in remission. So celebrating that every single day. And I just want to put it out there in the world that we're more powerful than you think. And I love platforms like this that just promote it 360 degrees. And so that's why it's such an honor to be here. Thank you for letting me share my story.
Oh, thank you so much, Moshay. And, I was listening to what you were saying, and it is such it's a whole, when we've got Coach Karen that talks about holistic healing, it's a whole thing. It's a mental, it's a physical, it's everything.
Yeah.
And, and you learn to tap into that so you could live this vibrant life.
Yeah.
And I think people make that mistake when they are, diagnosed with, something, and they just kind of go down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What was it that just what helped you to just be able to get to the point where you were like, no, you know what, I'm not going down here. I'm going to just, I'm going to do this myself.
Yeah, that was part of that journey, first in living in the diagnosis, and then seeing what they were doing to support me in that healing journey, which was not healing. It was just a facade of healing. Because I think the healing comes from the inside before any medicine will work, before any tea will work, before any therapy will work. Right. You have to want to do it. And in my journey, it was one morning after being on the steroids for maybe 6 months, and I didn't recognize myself.
Wow.
was the weight gain. It was my whole aura, my whole spirit. Like nothing bounced back at me. It was just blah.
Wow.
And so it was that moment.
Yeah.
It was that was the beginning. And what's so crazy about that, Tiff, is as I go through the journey, you know, we go through an ebb and flow of life. Like we're moving. I can recognize it now. Like I don't get close to that. I don't know who you are. Like if there's a transition coming in my life, I can recognize it because I remember what that felt like. And I'm like, ooh, something's coming.
Yeah.
Because that was a huge breakthrough. So now when I see those little innuendos and those signs, I don't get afraid anymore. I don't go back to the depression because I know something is coming. Like that's that feeling. Because after I did that, everything changed.
Wow. Yeah. And see, I think like from my own experience with Mother of Earth, you know, it really helps me to connect with me, you know, and it helped me to appreciate my whole entire TIFF, because you have to just, you know, you promote that, you know, love on yourself. Give yourself that moment. And we've talked about, you know, my crazy feet. Okay. Because this is why I really wanted the shea butter as well, because I'll just say, my husband says that it looked like I've been walking with Jesus. Okay. That's all right. I like to walk barefoot. So, hey, my feet showing. But Mother of Earth, I mean, just being able to sit and take that and go from my toes all the way up. And remember, just recently, I had reached out to you and said, girl, it does what to your hair?
You didn't tell me I could put it in my hair.
And that even took it a step further, because it has done so much for my skin, and just for me to take that time, because we don't take that time. You know, we get out of the shower and we're rushing to get dried off real quick and let's go ahead and get about our day. When you take that time and just, like you said, love on yourself.
That's it. That's it. And that is the whole premise. That's the whole premise. That was my reason for getting up. I was so depressed, Tiff. I didn't want to get out of bed.
Wow.
I didn't want, and then when I just asked the question, well, what else could I do? And I'm not saying stop taking your medication. I'm not saying that. This was my journey. I was like, what else can I do? And I grew up in a family where my mom, and some of you guys may have heard this before, used to tell me if they fell out in a field somewhere and got a gash in their leg, their grandmother or their great grandmother or their aunt would grab spider webs and stick it in there. And that was the medicine. Wow. And I remember that because my mom had a scar on her calf that was smooth because it was old. And so she told me the story of where she got that from. And that clicked. Like, maybe we have it already. Maybe Mother of Earth already gave it to us.
Yes.
How can I limit the side effects? How can I not feel like every pill is a nail in my coffin? You know, how can I not have that feeling? And I was like, I can try. Right. You know, they did it before any of this existed. So I tried. Yeah. And then part of that were the oils that I put in Mother of Earth, the anti-inflammatory, the anxiety. It has lavender for calming. It has lemongrass for uplifting. So you have a harmony, not a balance. I don't believe in balance. Balance is, I'm a Libra too, and I don't believe in balance. Like you see how they show the scales like this. It's not balance, it's harmony. So I found the harmony of essential oils that related to what I was taking in prescription form. And I was like, if I'm going to take something every day and your skin is the biggest organ of your body, let me make it be natural. Let me see how that work out. You know, and for me, it worked. Every once in a while during my journey, I had to go back and take some medicine because it was either a big thing or about to be a big thing. And of course, you know, you lean into it. But when I changed the mindset with what I ate and what I did and how I handled stress, like all of that is the prescription. It's the natural prescription. Right. So Now I'm just excited to see where it's going to go, because I'm realizing, Tiff, I know that the lupus, and you know why I call it the lupus, because it's not mine.
Right.
It showed up. It was a comma to make me pay attention to something. And some of your viewers may have something that's calling attention to them.
Right.
And you think it's a burden, and it's actually a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I want to take it and make it bigger. I want it to be not my whole story, but a piece of my story, because I'm still going.
Right.
I'm still a work in progress. Absolutely. So that comes new sense. And the sense will be derived from reasons. What do we need in our daily life that we can just to apply to ourselves from our head to our toe and carry it with us all day? Oh, I want to put that in a jar.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that. And we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. And then I want to talk a little bit more about how you found this balance, because you talked about changing your eating habits and a lot of other things as well. Of course.
Let's do it.
And we are back. Big ups to Michelle Mufo and Mufo Entertainment. Those commercials are so much fun. I'm always dancing in my seat.
I love it.
This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. And we are sitting here with Miss Moshay Akala, Mother of Earth Healing Blend. And we're talking about how she was able to find balance holistically from what we call the lupus, because again, so Moshay, earlier you talked a little bit about, changing, your eating and things like that. So what were some of the changes that you made that you found really effective in this journey?
Yeah, that's a great question, because all of this was happenstance. Like I really didn't have a plan. I didn't have it mapped out. The more that I educated myself and found examples of what I wanted to do and pieces of it and start putting together, that's how it came together. So the first part was being willing to do what it took. Yeah. And then I found out, okay, what is it going to take? Well, it's going to take you not eating the things that you grew up eating, breaking some of the bad habits, introducing some new ones, being pissed off because it's not easy. Right. Like it was going to be a journey. So I started with the mindset, and that was always in the background, because it was elevating. I want more. Okay, this feels good. Okay, maybe this is working. So the mindset, and never to give up, and know that you want to change because it's bigger than you. And I know that sounds backwards. Know that what you're putting yourself through is because you have more to give.
Right. Yeah.
And you have to be in a good place to give. Yeah. So you have to surrender to that and push through. So it was that. And then I decided there's so many bad things about meat. And then I wonder, how do they feed us all? Like, where does it come from? Is it real? And so that was easy to let go. And then the juicing, and then teas and herbs and self-care. And so the formula just evolved.
Yeah.
It's where you are in your journey. And don't ever give up. You got to I wanted to live. I knew it's bigger than me, and I still don't see the whole big picture. But that was the pivot.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love how, again, when I spoke about it earlier, some people just kind of give up and just kind of lay there and just stay in that stuck.
Easy to do.
Fade off, right? It is very easy to do. But you said, no, let me start doing the research on some things and start making those adjustments. And you do get pissed off because, yes, your body craves some of those, that stuff that you've been putting in your body forever, it craves it. The sugars, all those different things, even the meats, when you let it go, it still craves it. So I love it.
What was so crazy, Tiff, was as I got, you just made me remember something. As I start eating cleaner and being more conscious, my subconscious opened.
Wow.
Which elevated me to ask better questions, get better solutions, get out there. And I start magnetizing the people. And I ran into more people with the lupus than I had ever. Not because I never spoke of it, but because I think I was at a stage of sharing, like, no way, you don't have lupus. Like, you don't look like me. And I was like, no, I did though.
Yeah.
I did though. And so then they start asking questions, and I haven't taken on a title of coach or anything. I don't have any clients. I just want to share my story right now.
Yeah.
And I'm open to have the conversation. And that's what I think your magazine actually represents is the education. And it's on so many levels. And I love your guests that you have on the mental, the spiritual, the physical, the maintenance, the self-maintenance, what you have to do for that, which, we'll talk about later.
So important.
So it's all about the journey. And then you link up with the right people like you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what Phoenix Fitness, like you said, is all about, is bringing those individuals that have gone through these situations. They've gone through, having, some mental illness and things like that, depression. They've gone through, even for myself, going through being very heavy and being able to release over 100 pounds and be able to still keep it off. You've got so much, and they've gone through trauma, and been able to get out of that, because like I said, it's so easy to stay stuck in it, but it's all about stories, right? I mean, that's really what this whole platform is about, is sharing your story, standing on it, not in it. You can impact the world.
That part right there. And right now I'm in a, what is that thing that happens in the sea when it's going down, 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 down?
Oh my goodness.
We're going to call it a swirly thing.
Is it a whirlwind? Well, oh my gosh, I can't.
We're going to call it a swirly thing.
Yep, there you go, swirly thing.
So I'm going deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's why I said the lupus isn't my whole story.
Yeah. Like
I got stuff that was before that was molding me for what was coming. So all of that is my story. So when you stand on it, you get to explore. Absolutely. Because you're not sinking.
That's right.
Right? That's right. So that's where I am. And I'm like, oh my God, the lupus is there. Yeah. But when I was growing up and when I was in junior high and then this happened to me, oh my God, that's why I do that. That's why I was the kind of mother I was. Like, you just start going deeper and deeper, and you literally feel reborn. And then you go, okay, what's the next chapter?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Yeah. Like, I'm ready. That's why I keep showing up. Because every time I get in front of you and your network and your tribe, they show nothing but love. And I always connect with at least one person that gets it, that understands and go, I really needed to hear your story. And that's what it's all about.
That is, absolutely.
So I'm gonna keep coming back. I'm just saying.
Yes. You are family, so we love having you. We love just being motivated and inspired by you as well, because you are definitely I'm gonna go to the other platform, a girl powerhouse. Okay, so Moshay, you do a lot. I mean, you are supporting, a very big person out there. You are also a mother. You're running a business and making shea butter. And y'all, she's making the shea butter. Okay. This is all from her love. This is all her work behind this. So how do you find balance in it all? I mean, really, because it's a lot.
Yeah, I got Post-its everywhere in my house right now. That helps.
Yeah.
I got Post-its all over my computer. I have notifications on my phone. I have 3 monitors. Like I got all the conveniences that today's world provide us. And then I have the harmony of, again, being revisited with the lupus. During that time, I had to be still.
Mm-hmm.
Like the healing part of it was sitting still.
Yeah.
And I actually have an email called Multitasker PhD. So that's hard for me to do, to sit still because I'm going. And so when I start getting that remnants of that feeling, like you're going too fast, you're doing too much, I try and pivot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really stop anything. I still touch the things that I need to touch, but I do it in a slower pace.
Mm-hmm.
And actually check boxes, like what's priority, and look at the whole picture. And then I always put me time in there.
Oh, it's so important.
Yeah. So looking at the big picture and prioritizing, I guess, would be the 2 main things.
Yeah.
But over the whole umbrella is take care of yourself. You know when you're getting close to burnout. You know when you have you snap easy.
Right.
It doesn't take much to trigger you. You know when you're not eating right. You know when you're not drinking enough liquids and hydrating.
Right.
Those are the signs that we look for, whether you've been diagnosed with something or not.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
You know, so always just be aware of yourself and put everything else after that.
And it's as simple as, like you just said, like the hydration piece. It's as simple as being able to just sit and go, my mouth is dry. When your mouth gets dry, you're already dehydrated. That's a sign of dehydration. So, if your stomach is upset, people have, diarrhea, things like that. That is a sign of
Listen
enough.
Listen to your body.
Listen to your
We
body.
are spiritual beings.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If other people can feel our vibration, because you walk with an energy, everybody walks with an energy. If they can feel your vibration, we have to learn how to reverberate that back to us, because we're giving out some good stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's where the love yourself comes in. Like, bring that back into yourself, because I am a servant heart. And one of my little things that I dove deep in is people pleaser. And I've been a people pleaser since I can remember, for various reasons.
Yeah.
I need to give that back to me for a long while, not a little while, like forever. Because I've been giving out free of charge, just been walking in rooms and not realizing. And I think we all do it, but we have to slow down to feel that, like, oh, that true gratitude, which is the key to bring everything to us. Just be grateful for what you got. It may not be what you want right now. Right. It's way better than what it could be.
That's right. That's right.
So I think all those pieces, holistically, spiritually, nutritionally, they all come together to make us whole beings. And are we paying attention to that in harmony?
Right. That part. Right.
Yeah.
Well, Moshay, what's something, I know you said there's going to be some new scents and things like that coming with Mother of Earth. What else is new with you? What's coming up? What can we be looking for out there from Moshay in the coming months here? We're going into our Q3 and 4. So what's the second half of the year going to be looking like?
Well, I got a couple of events to do. One with the Girl Powerhouse Network. Actually 2. One coming up here in April, and then another in May. And I think Tiff will put those in the chat for you. Super excited about that. It's all about just self-love, self-care, and stepping into that and owning that. And it's just, if you can be there, be there. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a good vibe. And then I am really focused on building my brand bigger. So I have been bold enough to have jumped on TikTok and I'm doing more IGs, and I'm just really in the ebb and flow of figuring it out. And so if something downloads and I'm like, okay, let's do this. This is good. Then I do it. I didn't used to do that, but that's part of that evolution of us. Yes. So I'm super excited to see where this is going. Of course, I'm going to build a Shea Butter brand. I'm going to get some more products. We're looking at soap, scrubs, lip balms, and of course the King's blend, which your son has already validated. Oh my God, he wants me to make a whole batch of that. And then we also have non-scented. If you just want to whip, blended butter, you don't have to have any scent. You just gotta let me know. Yeah. So that's the next year, and I want to do more of this. Yeah. I'm just super excited. The not knowing but having the vibe of, it's crazy. Like I don't know what it is, but I can feel the energy. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to stay ready and be obedient, and really being grateful for opportunities like this. And like I said, I'm around. I'll be back.
Awesome, Moshay. Well, I'm just excited about everything that you've got going on. I'm excited to be working with you side by side on a few projects as well. The Girl Powerhouse Network Conference, April 26th and 27th. Again, like she said, I'll put all that information in the comments. So
Cancun, don't forget about Cancun.
Yes, and Cancun. We also have a girls trip to Cancun. Sorry guys, but we are working on something in the background for y'all as well. But we do have a girls trip in Cancun coming up May 6th through the 11th. It is going to be amazing. And it's really just going to be a time to sit with some genuine sisters that just truly love you as that individual that you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. That's what this other group is all about. So if you want to connect with some positive, like-minded women, definitely tap into these events. Ms. Moshay here is going to be speaking at both events. She actually is going to be the headliner in April. So you definitely want to get in the room. There probably won't be a dry eye because there never is when this woman comes up in the room.
The Kleenex. Don't forget the Kleenex.
Do not forget your Kleenex. Seriously. But you definitely want to stay connected and get some of this shea butter as well. If you come to one of the events, you might get a little sample. So definitely try to tap in and get in with us. So to learn a little bit more about the shea butter as well, you can, or to purchase some of the Mother of Earth Healing Blend, you can visit the Bitly, her Bitly link, Mother of Earth on that Bitly link.
Yes, thank you.
So Moshay, it is just always such a pleasure to have you on the show. And it's just been an honor to be your sister and just to be able to, give me and I look forward to us just growing and moving and grooving and really impacting the world even more so in the years to come. So again, thank you so much for being a part of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine as well. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Stay connected with us. And remember, again, you come first. Yes. Love you so much. And we will see you soon. Take care.
Bye.